Okay, do not sit on your hands in business and think that everything's just going to come to you. Also, do not waste any time. Okay, you don't have to wait to just your lead gen property starts ranking. If you put up your first property, okay, and you're kind of waiting, you're going through the process and doing your linking, we all know that, we can't fake time. It's going to take a little bit of time to get there, okay? But in the meantime, look at all the different skills that you guys have picked up from what we've taught you and go and ask someone to pay you for those. Many of you guys have brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, aunts, childhood friends that own businesses, okay? In fact, I was just talking to someone today. Their sister owns a roofing business, right? And it's very simple to go to that person and say, you own a roofing business, whether or not they have a website or they're doing SEO. Hey, just open up the conversation. Hey, I'm learning this new skill set. Hey, in the future, I'm going to probably be charging a lot more, but I want to take and do a case study with 3 to 5 different people that I know. I'm going to do it at a 75% rate that I normally do, a 75% off rate that I'm normally going to do in the future. But I'm going to open this up to you. And by the way, I'm being mentored by some of the best in the industry that know what they're doing, and they get to look over all the work that I'm doing. So is it something you're interested in? Go raise the capital by making a sale with some of the skill sets that we've taught you guys. Okay, do not sit on your hands in business and think that everything's just going to come to you. Also, do not waste any time. Okay, people in this group, I see it all the time. They jump in, they go through the training, they get their first lead gen site up, and then they sit on their hands for 60 days. They're waiting for this thing to rank and get leads. And they just burn 2 months out of the year. You literally just burn, 17 to 18% of your entire year to make money. Don't let this be you, okay? Every day you should be asking yourself and looking in the mirror and say, what did I do today to bring in some money, okay? What did I do today? Did I ask anyone? Did I prospect anyone? Did you call someone, right? What did you do today to get some money, okay? Most likely, if you're in a tough money crunch and you're like, well, I don't know where my next dollar is going to come from, you're not asking enough people for money. Other people have your money. You're going to hear me say this over and over again for the many, many years that you're going to be part of this group, okay? And it's always going to be true. You go out there today, you prospect someone today. There's too many skills that we've taught you guys inside this group that you can go and turn into dollars right away. Do not be one of those people that just sits and waits for things to happen, because guess what? No one gives a shit, okay? No one gives a shit you're broke if you're broke. No one gives a shit at all. They care about themselves. Okay, the only one that's going to care about you is you. So you need to go out there and get it. Okay, lots of different strategies in this group, guys. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's always easy, because it's not. If it was, everyone would be doing it. So moving along, let's talk about this due diligence mistake. I think I kind of alluded to it just a minute ago, but as I teach you guys to go through the due diligence, a lot of you guys, we talked about this a week or two ago. A lot of you guys get lazy on it. You do 1 or 2, and you're like, yeah, that won't work, right? And a lot of times you don't know what you don't know until you get your nose in the game. Like I talk about it all the time. Like I can't teach someone to fight who never gets in the ring and gets their nose bloody. I gotta have you actually in a fight to learn. Well, the same thing is true in due diligence. You need to go through enough of those sheets. I showed you, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, we did 40 due diligence sheets, right? Today we picked 26 of those things and got those things moving in the right direction to get outsourced. And our team, the Done For You team, is building those all out for us. And the 23 out of the 40, we'll do the rest of them in a couple weeks to come. That's a lot in one day. Okay, so every time we went through that process, everything that we went through and looked at, we learned, okay, different things. The biggest thing that I saw at looking at that at those sheets was so many people that I knew in these industries that I'd already done business with. Now, and I've talked about this in the past. Now, there's literally low-hanging fruit that I found by going through the metrics, okay, in the due diligence sheet. So we go through, we find these, kind of come up with different niches, go through the metrics. We find some really, really good untapped niches. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm going, number one, do I know someone, or have I spent money with someone in that niche in the last year, 2 years, 3 years that I can touch on, call, what have you? If not, is there someone that I'm very, very close to in my family that I could call and say, hey, do you know anyone that does X, Y, and Z? Really good example is I got home yesterday from San Diego, I told you guys, and I come inside. I look at the grout on my tiles. I have tile out through my entire house. And the grout hasn't been cleaned in a while, and the floors need polishing just to make them look top notch. And I said, you know what? I looked on our sheet. It was a low-hanging fruit for the market we were looking at, which is here and close by here, which is it's kind of a weird area, but here, Folsom, what have you. It was low-hanging fruit for us that we knew we could go dominate that really easily. We get on Thumbtack last night. I told Tori, I was like, get on Thumbtack. I want bids from people on Thumbtack that are already buying leads, okay? So I know that they're serious and they're interested in growing their business and they're already sold on leads, okay? I got a bid from one. I got a bid from two. I think we got now 7 bids. So now I have 7 people that are literally buying leads, exactly what I do for a living, in my close nearby market. I need the service done in my home, okay? I want it done. I want my tiles to look better. I want the grout cleaned. I want the floors polished, okay? I got a couple bids so far, $2,100, $2,500 to do my entire home for polish and grout clean, okay? If you don't think that I'm going to hook a deal with that person up front when I hand them $2,500 and say, listen, I know you buy leads. In order for you to win this job, you weren't even the cheapest bid. You're a little bit more. All I'm asking for is a shot to do some business with me and help and letting me generate you leads. Okay. So one of the due diligence mistakes that I'm seeing is we are not looking at that due diligence sheet, not just for the metrics, but also for, do we know someone, okay, right now that we've done business with, or that someone close to us has done business with, or maybe do we need something done around our home or the place we live or what have you, that we can go out there, find another lead service that's already selling these people leads. We know they're sold on this concept, okay, and then basically buy their business. That's all we're doing. That's all I'm going to do is it's going to cost me a little bit of money. Let's say I spend $2,500 on this service, okay? First of all, that shows them, wow, I just bought a lead off Thumbtack and it turned into a $2,500 bill. If they want to debate with me if lead gen works or if it's good for them, I'm going to say, how much did you buy? How much did you spend with Thumbtack to generate me as a lead? Awesome. And then how much did you earn? Okay, and then how many times does that happen in a week? So if I could just bring you more of those things and do it exclusively, it's something you're interested in, right? It gives me a major foot in the door. I'm their customer now. Okay, it's really hard to tell your customers no.